everybody, welcome to my X-Files Live. Yes, I am of course in the my home city of Gloucester, and of course it is a bit of a dark, grey day for bus and train spotting today, but I'm sure it will still be a fun one. So with that said, let's go on with the video, shall we? Of course, we've got Alexander Savarfund by Scania 15353 that's just arrived and went in front of idle and very still and empty 15368. And of course, got also 2705 Alexander Savar 300. So with that said, with no other buses accounted for at the moment, what bus line side transport have on this fine day? There seems to be still a little bit grey, it's warm, and there could be a little bit of drizzle here and there late. Let's go have a look. So first buses we've got National Express Citano Levante 3 triaxle working for Bennett's of Gloucester. There's of course also Go Ahead Pilms Right Gemini 3 Street Deck number 374 on arrival. Alexander Savarfund by Scania 230 UD Sisters 15734 in long distance and 15857 still bearing Stagecoach Gold. So we've got also a lot of Alexander Savar 300s as well, starting with Scania K230B 28682. There's a body man 18.240 number 22749, a couple of rows down. And also have Alexander Savar by Scania K230 MVAR 300 by Scania K230B 28683 there. There's also an Alexander Savar 400 MMC which is 10782 here. So with all those buses now all accounted for, it's time to head off to the station. So as I said, I'm still going through some editing of my railway stuff from yesterday. The railway, which of course is actually going on is taking quite a while, and it'll probably take about maybe a third day to complete, I don't know. Because I have to get the original version, edited versions and TikTok mix versions together in separate videos. So you'll probably find that I probably have gained around 8 to 10 videos, including showing Great Western Railway's 158 766, which was my train yesterday, and of course its model form, which double O gauge model form, which of course I own on my model railway. It just made sense that when I got home that I took a few pictures of 158 766 in model form. So it goes to show that the train still goes on in both real life and model formats. Now there's a thing that I think Transport for Wales is and cross country is doing rail replacement services, because they're probably continuing on with that maintenance that they always, rock forming or landslide maintenance by the cliffs somewhere between Lydney and Chepstow. Yeah, next train is 11:38 to Worcester Foregate Street, which means the only one we'll probably see until the Worcester Tampa Leeds and the service to Nottingham. Well, maybe Nottingham arriving but not departing, because I've got a couple of places I need to be before I go off towards doing work stuff. But the thing is, platform 1 is all the way on the other side, so probably not going to be seeing much trains today. Hello to Billy Bob. Do you mean hello? Yeah, I thought so. Thank you very much for saying hello. And oh, look at this. We've got a cross-country class 170, which I believe is where the train is starting, which of course service to from Gloucester to Nottingham via Birmingham New Street, so yeah, the train's already here, basically. Head to HB 1234. We've got a bus choreography. We got a choreography of 5x5 at the transport hub, but it's not going to last long because there's Alexander Dennis LX 400 Trident 18200. I am bus and train spotting today, HB 1234. Of course, now it's more or less doing it in a spot of drizzle, but the thing is, I've been doing this in rain and shine, so I seem to be someone who is all weather, and all weather, and apart from if there was a thunderstorm, then it would probably be a no. It would definitely be a no. But to be fair, it's still all weathers. If it was windy, I would still be doing it. If it was sunny and scorching hot, I would still be doing it. And if it was raining, even if it was a bit heavier than this, I would still be doing it. So you can always bet that any sort of weather that Mother Nature throws at me, I would still more or less be out doing either. I think we'll go to the front and have a look at and I'll have a little look at this train, at this cross-country class 170 Turbo Star, and the coach that's on the Transport for Wales rail replacement services, which by the looks of it is a Simru Coaches Mercedes-Benz Turismo. Hang on, we got a train just arrived into platform 2 now. It's the service to Bristol Temple Meads. It's a 5-coach train service, and that is more or less about right in it, because the thing is, as I said, the class 158 was only 2 coaches long, and they still have like the odd 1 or 2 intercity express trains working these services alongside. So the thing is it would have been better if these class 175, when these class 175s start removing the intercity express trains from some of those services from, say, Exeter, St David's to Plymouth, like the Castle Castle high-speed train variant sets have been doing, and all that lot, and malarkey, with train malarkey, I'm sure. And of course the Cardiff Central to Cornwall. It would be good if they actually put them on the 5 coaches onto the Worcester Foregate Street to Bristol Temple Meads services, so that nobody would need to worry about how many coaches are needed with some of these services, because the thing is that yeah, 2 coaches seems a little bit less, even not much, even though it's a local service, and luckily that there was plenty of, sorry, rains a little bit on my phone. It's starting to hit buttons. Oh, Mercedes-Benz Turismo coach is moving. Oh, it was. But I think that they're doing more of that stuff on the line. This train, it seems to have more or less a nameplate that's got something to do with BBC Radio Hereford and Worcester, by the looks of it. Hope you were able to see that. Train will be departing in about 6 minutes time. Of course, the train down there should be a service to Worcester Foregate Street. Hello to Goji Fan 1731. This is of course a train, of course, and it's of course waiting for the service to go head on towards Bristol. Yeah, just I thought there's no train there, so I wonder if, yeah, the Worcester Foregate Street one's already been gone, which is that, which I'm sure will only be 2 coaches long. Of course, before I go on, I want to tell you a little bit more about my journey on 158 766. Some parts of it was actually the drive was actually going a little bit sluggish, maybe around 45 to 50 miles an hour, and ended up being in Bristol approximately 8 minutes late. And then of course signalling problems affected the service back home, leaving it approximately 20 minutes late. And of course it allowed a classmate, 158 767, on the service to Avonmouth from Bristol Templemead, more or less heading towards heading into platform 5 first, because that was where the Worcester Foregate Street one was going to exit. Yeah, still nothing going on with that Simru coaches. Interesting. It was only just moving a teensy space forward. So yeah, all transport for Wales and cross-country services will be replaced by coaches. So due to short platforms, because this is a 5-coach train, the train at Yate, Callander is the Yate, and one other state, and Bristol Parkway and Filton Abbey Wood even though I don't know, Bristol Parkway actually, maybe Filton Abbey would have had to board the front 4 coaches. Actually, no, it's just Calendars and Yates. Sorry, my bad. Because the thing is, Yates and Calendars, these stations are short. They're only built for 4 coach trains. So, but the thing is, so is like places like Stroud and Kemble, where it's only around about 5 to 6 coaches long. That could be why, one of the reasons why I'm having short platforms. Look, there it is. Great Western Railway Class 158 on the service to Worcester Foregate Street, just like it was yesterday. Even though it was only that, in platform 4 there was a departure of cross country class 170 from Gloucester to Nottingham. And another thing is that pumpkin cafe shop. I know it's obscured by this fencing. It's undergoing refurbishment. And there was also looks like there was a little bit of some network signal interference. Despite it all being more or less the shower stopping. Oh, look, doors are locking. Brakes released, signs are good, and off it goes. 800/031. Let's hope that train will have a more smoother journey than the class 158 yesterday. There's a Alexander Savar from Boys Scallion 230 UD on the service 13, which is usually used a normal train for that service. It does, of course, leave this cross-country class 170, 170, 106, of course, to leave. Just about here, the train's starting up, but of course, we're not going to be seeing it depart. But of course, don't worry, because we will see, of course, more trains on the next Thursday. The live streams will be back to normal again, so you can bet that there'll be a lot more train stuff. But yeah, any people heading towards Cardiff would have had to get a rail replacement bus to coach to 7 Tunnel Junction, and then either get a train from there to Cardiff. And it would have had to be a Great Western Railway, of course, train that one. So yeah, time to go back to buses for the last 3 minutes. Got Alexander Savar 300, number 27707 arriving. I just had to wait for the driver. Nice. because he just spotted me from his mirror with a smile, just how I like it. So that's, yes, that's Scanian 230D. It was on number 13, right? It is now replicating to do now a service to Newent via Hainan. Of course, I've been through Newent. It's a very forested, covered, small town that surrounds in the Gloucester/Gloucestershire area. Just probably a bit better, of course. There is, of course, Maysmore, which, of course, that one's probably just a village, and a couple other places as well. So we got Alexander SVR 300 by man 18.2 40 22 745, even with 18200, the LX 400 Trident. So we go back through the transport hub. We got Alexander SVR 320 NVAR 410 758. But we also have others. 28683 and 22749 have not yet departed at all at this point in time. So 15856 is the Alexander SVR by Scanian 230D, and there's also 15531 as well, twin sister of 15856, which is on the Source Strad. And that National Express is still idle, but it's going on the 444 to London in approximately 5 minutes. There's also Alexander SVR 236 388 outside. So of course we'll be going up Parent Street for the last small area to include. So crossed over that road, so now we need to cross over this road, which of course now has the split thing there. So everything's fine from the right and fine from the left, but and of course we've got a good 4 buses that's on this street.
And she's on holiday.
So go through here and we can get through a quick whittle through. So first one is of course Alexander SVR 300 by man 18.240. But of course we're going to have to stop here because there's Alexander SVR 400 by Scanian 230D now departing. 15363 is this one.
No, that's got to be a kid.
But also just departed as well, right behind it to make a double header. Sites on this towards Scanian 253 sister 53, well brother actually, 5354 Rupert Williams. twin brother. Got 22,751, which I already told you about. Alexander, about 300 man, 18.240. That looks so much, when you look at it, it looks so much like what you would call, what a British person would call an interurban single-decker bus. And then of course you have Alexander Bar 327,706, which you could just call a normal bus, just a normal lengthy bus. Alexander Bar from Gloucester 15,874 passing by. Don't think there'll be any more buses, so when we get down to the bottom I will end the session. So yeah, no buses that way. And there's only one bus in this way. Oh, of course it's being, of course, halted by, no, there's two buses halted by traffic. So yeah, we got Alexander Bar from Scanning to 50D 15,365. And finally you'll be putting your hands together for the Alexander Bar 200 behind it. At the moment it's of course getting people, letting people off. This is stuck at the moment behind Vauxhall Corsa here. Now enough time for a third bus. Alexander Bar 3 man 18.240 22,744. Yeah, it's taken a while to even depart. Looks like there's door issues on one. Because of that, I say that about wraps it up for this session. So if you like this video, remember to like, subscribe and to hit the notifications bell so you never miss any future uploads. And of course I'm still uploading a lot of the Bristol stuff that I did yesterday. So of course all I can say is you'll never miss those videos such like it. So with that said, thank you for watching my X-Files and I'll see you again next time, sluggards.